Maria's coming in. We would like to just start our meeting for today at 5:32 p.m. So the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes for the Springfield Board of License Commission hearing held on Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. Can we get a second for the approval of the minutes?
I have a question on order 7. It says Fuego Sports Bar incident of 5/2/24, no action. I think the action we took was to have an informational hearing tonight. So I think that should say informational hearing.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else? With that correction, with approval of the minutes for the May 22nd, 2024. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right. Commissioner, one second. Commissioner Espinosa is not here. Commissioner Signature.
Yes.
Commissioner Maria D'Angelo Antonio.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner John Ramirez.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. With that, we would like to continue with the next item on the agenda, and that is continued new petitions. Nothing there. Under new petitions, we have petition for a new car dealer, Class 2 used car, and Class 3 junkyard license for Rydamore Heavy Duty Truck Part Incorporated, DBA. Rydamore Heavy Duty Truck Part located at 338 Ruckus Street. Timothy J. Carmelo. Thank you very much. Manager of record. Is anyone here to represent this licensee?
Yes, I am here. I'm Timothy Pomelo.
Okay, and good afternoon. Can you?
Good afternoon.
All right. Can you please state why you're here?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What's that?
Can you please state why you're here?
I am here to apply for a Class 2 and 3 license. We currently have an operation in Fitchburg, Mass. That we've been running for about 13 years now, and an opportunity came about with a gentleman and his wife out at 338 Ruckus Street that I've known for 20 years doing business with, and they were to the point where they were going to retire, and they approached me to step in and take over their business and move from my second location to that location. So in the meantime, we've kind of been in there cleaning up, making it presentable. We met with zoning department, on site to show them and give a visual for what we're looking to do. Our primary business for the Class 2 and 3 license, we deal in tractor trailer trucks and tractor trailer truck parts. We do nothing with cars, all full-size vehicles, commercial vehicles. So the Class 2 license for the dealer's license, I was told yesterday by Mike at zoning, may require a special permit for the dealer's license in that area. So I had mentioned to him that that's something I'm willing to go after later. However, it's not as much of a concern. I'm more after the salvage license. We sell a lot of used parts and rebuild parts, recondition them, and that requires a salvage license under that.
Okay.
And we would also be, sorry, we'd also be continuing the operation as what they do there currently, which is rebuilding transmissions, rear differentials, and selling those like parts as well. The owners would be staying on as a transition period for 12 to 18 months is estimated.
So you don't need a special permit to sell parts, only
from what? Sorry to cut in on you.
Is that what Mike told you?
Mike had told me that for the truck sales, because that's like a heavy industrial use, I guess, in that location. The truck sales is kind of would need a special permit, but for the junk license, he says that should not be required for there. And there's multiple people that have that license on that same street. Although we're not in the scrap metal business, we have no intentions of buying scrap metal. We are primarily in vehicle dismantling and parts business. We have no intention to be in the scrap metal business. What we produce for scrap pretty much gets loaded into containers and sent out. We are actually going to use a local company in Springfield, Friedman Scrap Metal. We have a relationship with them in Fitchburg, Mass already, and we're going to continue to use them out there for the amount that we do produce.
All right, thank you very much. Any other questions from commissioners?
Is there currently a class 2 license at the premises?
No,
No. What do they do there?
they primarily rebuild transmission, heavy duty
Oh.
commercial transmissions and rear end differentials. Originally, at one point in the time of his business, he did have a class 2 license. However, that was a long time ago and it's far expired by now.
Okay, so we're
Well, like
only,
it says, the dealer's license class 2 isn't really too much of a concern for me right now. I have enough to focus on with the salvage end of things.
yeah,
That if we need a special permit, I would move forward with that. But when I spoke with Mike, I says I really wouldn't want that to be the bog down for what we're actually trying to achieve there. The salvage license is really more critical.
isn't Friedman on the same street?
No, Friedman is down over, I believe they're over off of Page Boulevard. If you go down kind of near where they're doing the trains,
All right,
I'm pretty sure they're over in that direction.
all right. So we're only gonna hear the class 3 tonight and approve it because the class 2 requires a special permit first?
That's what he explained to me. So I thought that there was really no point to move any further forward with the class 2. He explained he was going to get some information together for me with who I had to go in front of to get that class 2 special permit. So I don't want to hold that up. So I just assume back that out for tonight because I know it's not going to go through without that special permit.
Right.
So I'd
Attorney
rather get
Bonavita,
my ducks in a row and then do that later.
Right. Attorney Bonavita, you in agreement with that? I mean, we're just gonna hear
Well-
that one, right?
I'm looking, yeah, I can understand that because of the necessity of a special permit. But this is Mr. Pomelo, right?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, I'm looking at your application. You applied for a class 2. You
Correct.
didn't apply for a class 3, right?
No, I actually prepared 2 different ones and I submitted 2 checks with 2 packets, class 2 and 3. And then after I had submitted this paperwork, I found out after the fact that class 2 required a special permit. So I submitted it before I was aware that it required a special permit.
So did you submit an application for class 3 separately?
The same day I submitted both of them with
Yes.
2 separate checks.
Okay,
It's in our
just give me,
packet.
what was that?
It's in our packet, page 18.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure it's in my packet,
Oh, all
unfortunately.
right.
Let me just keep looking here.
So,
Give me a second, I'm just flipping through.
no problem. Okay.
I don't see it as of yet. If everybody else has it and you're satisfied, that's fine, but
Does everybody else see it? Page 18.
Hold on, because I only see the class 2.
yeah, all I see is class 2. I'm trying.
Okay, I do see class 3.
Yes, I have it as well.
All right. As long as everybody else has it and you're satisfied, that's fine. The only question I have is this. Did you get a lease for the premises?
Yes, I do. The lease is contingent upon the permit. We already sent a copy of the lease over to the licensing board. Edna had a copy of that. And I spoke with her and that as well about Micah zoning. Once we have this executed, the rest of the thing is going to happen immediately.
Just, if the board could just, if you're gonna take a vote subject to receipt of the lease, because it's not in my packet, that's all. I'm not saying you didn't
Sure.
do it. I'm just
Right.
saying that I don't have it in my packet, so.
No, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Other
So-
than that,
You indicated subject to the lease.
Yes.
Okay.
So we would be,
Okay, so we'd like to make a motion for the petition for a new car dealer, Class 2 used car and Class 3 junkyard license for Rydermore Heavy Duty Truck Part Incorporated, DBA Rydermore Heavy Truck Part, located at 338 Ruckus Street. Timothy Poller, pronounce that again?
Pomerlo.
Pomelo.
Oh, Pomerlo, manager of record, subject to the lease. Do I hear a second?
No, we're only voting on the class 3 tonight, not
Correct.
class 2. Right?
Oh, yes, class.
Class 3, right?
Class
okay.
3.
Class
Subject
3.
to the lease. Yeah,
Only on class 3 and subject to
Correct.
the lease. Do I hear a second?
second,
Commissioner Signature,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes,
Commissioner Ramirez, and Commissioner
Yeah.
Kate, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Right. Good luck.
So my next step, if you don't mind me asking, now I believe the licensing commissioner, it said after tonight's meeting upon approval, the next step is to go to them and get the licenses. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay, so I'll contact them tomorrow and I'll make sure that they have a copy of that lease agreement as well and that's executed properly.
Great.
All right, we look forward to doing business with you guys in the future. Thank you.
Good
All
luck.
right, thank you. Have a good day.
Appreciate your help. Have a nice night.
You too. Take care. The next item on the agenda is petition for a new car dealer, Class 2 used car and Class 3 junkyard license for Ray's Alignment and Suspension Center LLC, DBA Ray's Alignment and Suspension Center, located at 491 Allen Avenue, Roland, Francisco. Joe
Yes.
Renato, and manager of record. Okay, can you, are you here? Yes, Timothy?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
All right, please indicate your concern that you have for this evening.
Well, we apply. I'm from Ray's Alignment and Suspension Center, and we're applying for a Class 2 and Class 3 permit. We already have the special permit. We're gonna sell, used tires, a couple of used parts, and then we're gonna repair suspension, brakes, pads, and stuff like that. It's very light work, nothing too severe. We're taking over a garage that was vacant for 6 months on 491 Allen Street, and we transformed it and to a nice working environment. We're just waiting for the permits, to start working. We've been waiting for since March already.
Okay. Any comments from the commissioners?
This is the
Excuse me?
garage. This is the garage next to Spruce Hill Animal Hospital, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched the city council meeting when you went for your special permit.
Oh,
And
thank you.
city councilor spoke very highly of you, as did the neighborhood council president.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, they're very great people, and they're willing to give us a chance. And the owner from the garage, from the gas station, Mohammed, very great person, gave us a chance. And we already transformed the place into. We didn't know about the permits, and the place was already ready to run, and we had to just wait for the permits because we're from New York. We're doing real quick, and then Springfield put a halt. It was like, wait, you need permits for this stuff. But the electrician inspector came the first day. And he was like, "Boy, you guys didn't go for the permit yet, right?" And I was like, "What permit?" He was like, "Man, here, let me sit you down and give you." So he said, we're on the right course. Everybody's saying we're on the right course, and we just paid for the 2 permit, for the 2 special zones, and that's what we're waiting for. God bless. Hopefully, we get these permits, and we could continue for this neighborhood.
So you're going to sell car parts there as well as do light repairs, is that?
Yeah, we're gonna sell. Generally, we're gonna order from a distributor that we have, maybe Advance Auto or Napa. They'll bring us the part, and we'll apply. And we'll just pay for a COD and just charge it forward. And the only used parts we'll have used tires. We'll be selling used tires. That's why we want the zone. They're requiring us to get the zone 3 because we're gonna sell new and used tires.
I see. Okay.
Any other questions?
Um,
Yeah.
you gonna be changing oil?
We will do oil changes, light oil changes. We'll be doing mostly shocks and springs, suspension, alignment. We have an alignment machine. There's going to be very little engine grease work. You know, we're not going to have cars laying around here for days. This is a fast, light repair, in and out situation.
Good, because that was my next question was, is there any anticipation of having vehicles left overnight?
The only way a car will be left overnight, let's say somebody came in an emergency, but we already have a rule, no more than 24 hours, 48 hours. The car has to be out, you know. It's only for, let's say you pulled in and your ball joint, you can't move and you came at 5 o'clock. I will leave the car inside and just, you know, for the next morning, it'll be out. It's not going to stay, you know, overnight. I mean, it's not going to stay days here. That's not operation. It's like in and out work. That's it.
And you have the proper disposal of the leftover or oil from the.
Yes, each oil will have either Advanced Auto, AutoZone, and we have a distributor that will come pick up the oil for us probably.
Okay. Okay,
We
good.
have our garbage cans here. We have a waste recycling dump. We have a scrap metal guy that's going to come pick up our stuff. So very little waste. We're not going to have like the old tenant I heard that had this whole thing. I don't want to talk bad about nobody, but we already seen what it was. And we was like, no, we totally not going to be like that.
Okay, I'm good.
Thank you.
Any other commissioners?
I do recall one time years ago, there was a discussion with someone applying for a special permit there. And the Spruce Hill, the animal hospital, there is something, an air intake or an exhaust from their furnace on the side of the building there. And they begged that the snow not be plowed up against the side of their building because it affects their heating system where the animals are kept overnight. So if you could just please pay attention to that where the snow is left, please don't plow it up against their building.
We spoke to her. Actually,
No,
we became
I
good
bet you
friends.
did.
For these, yeah, we became good friends for these 3 months that we've been coming. You know, we have the place clean. And yeah, she's a real nice lady. She comes to the gate. We talk for like minutes. And she told me
Very
about
nice.
the thing already. So it's
Oh.
funny that you come up with this. But we already have a plan for the snow already.
Great, great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
All right, any other commissioners? Any
Good
other input?
question. I just want to
Yes.
make sure that I have it correctly. You applied for a special permit for this particular property
Yes.
and you have not
Yes, sir.
received it yet?
We have the special permit. We received it already. We're waiting for the zone 2 and zone 3 permits. That's it.
So would this, I would suggest that this vote be subject to receiving that? Is that what you're needing to operate on this particular premises?
Yeah, the zone 2, that's what we're waiting for to operate, to repair and to sell new parts. That's what we're ready for.
Okay. So it would be subject to the zone 2 to be able to repair and sell parts. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Sell new parts.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we should make the vote subject to receiving that zone 2 for those 2 things.
I'm sorry, if I can just, this is Attorney Alicia Days. Good evening, everyone.
Sure.
If I could just make a comment, I believe that he's referring to the Class 2
Yeah, yeah,
license.
Class
Is that
2,
what you're
right.
referring to?
Yes. Class. I'm kind of like confused which class 2 and I have a class 3. The class 3 is for selling used and junk parts, and then 3 was selling to actual sell, repair, and sell new parts. I think that's what it was about.
No.
Okay.
Right. So I believe that he's already been afforded the special permit. So
Yes.
he's before us tonight to get approval for the Class 2 and Class 3 licenses.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome.
I see the special permit, but it's not clear whether, Alicia, does the special permit cover both class 2 and 3?
It was supposed to, yes, I think it was.
Yes, it actually, the special permit covers the premises, right? So
Yeah.
the class 2 and class 3 licenses are just what's needed for him to do
All right.
on
Oh.
the property what he needs to do. But yeah, he's all set.
So the class 2 is to sell used cars. Are you selling used cars, sir?
It's
No, I'm not
used
selling
cars
cars
or
at all.
parts.
Or
Oh, or
parts.
parts. Oh, used
Yeah,
car parts. Oh, all right. Okay.
I had to learn that myself.
So he
All
has
right.
what he needs. He has what he needs from the city council, so.
Good. Any more comments, commissioners? Okay.
I have one other question.
Sure.
Yes.
Did you send in the $20,000 bond? For the dealers?
So we spoke, they're gonna give it to us tomorrow morning. The lawyer's gonna give us the bondsman, because we got the insurance, $1 million policy, and then Springfield wanted a $25,000 bond on top of it. So the lawyer, we just came up with it, so he can't jump with it right now, but it will be done. It will be done this week.
All right, so the license will be subject to providing that bond for the dealers to
Yes.
license.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
definitely.
Any other comments, commissioners? Okay, with that, I make a motion to approve the petition for a new car dealer, class 2 used car and class 3 junkyard license for Ray's Alignment and Suspension Center, LLC DBA Ray's Alignment and Suspension Center, located at 491 Allen Avenue. Roland Francisco and Joe Reynoso, manager of record, with the subject for a $20,000 bond. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner, 1 second. What's that?
Forgive me.
Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry about that. Commissioner signature,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner K, yes. So it is approved. Thank you very much for coming this evening.
Thank you so much.
All
God
right.
bless.
Good luck to you.
Look.
All right.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much.
Good luck.
I'm happy. Thank you. I hope to see one of you here soon one day.
All right. The next item is a petition for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers, change of stock interest, change of corporate structure, and change of manager for the Log Cabin Banquet and Meeting House Incorporated, DBA Log Rolling, located at 200 Trafton Road. Peter Roskinson to Michael Kordov, manager of record. Are you here this evening?
Yes, hi. This is Mike Kordoff
All right.
from the log cabin and log rolling in Holyoke. How's
All right,
everybody
thank you.
doing?
All right, how are you?
Good.
Great. Thanks for coming this evening. Yeah, please share.
Yeah, so this is basically a name change on the license. I bought Peter out back in September, and we went through the whole process of redoing the license at Barney Estate, and this is just getting Peter's name off and my name on there. So
Okay.
just
Any
going through the
questions?
process.
As the manager of record, or are now the sole owner of the corporation?
I have a partner, Frank Demarinis, but I'm the operator.
Right, and you're gonna be the manager of record of of Trafton Road?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions?
Who's the manager of record of Delaney House?
That would be me.
Okay.
So I'm sure you're all familiar with Barney Estates, but we do the catering there.
Yeah.
And then any bars that are necessary when the facility is rented out. So I don't know exactly how many events it is a year, 20+ events a year. Average size is probably 75 to 110. So,
And you are gonna be there when the event is running?
yeah, I'm there a lot. Yeah, I do check details checks and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily work behind the bar. We have all bar staff, obviously, that do the bartending side of things.
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, we don't normally allow a manager of record in two licensed premises in different towns. I think under the circumstances, however, this is a banquet house that is only used occasionally, so we
Yeah.
may make an exception in this case,
Okay.
if everyone's comfortable with that.
Is
Are
everyone comfortable with that?
Anybody else?
Attorney Bonavia, are we good to do that?
You can do it. It's just a discretionary thing that you have to be satisfied.
Okay,
In the instance, like when we had, a package store owner and they owned a package store in Holyoke and one in Springfield,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
said no to that because you need the manager of record there because they're open all the time. In this
Yeah.
instance, it's a banquet house that is only open occasionally. And Mr. Cordoff has told us that he's going to be
Yeah.
there when it's up running. So
Yeah.
all right.
But if you have two events at the same time, that would be a problem, right?
At the facility or
And-
at the,
well, you've got something
yeah,
going
I mean,
at the Delaney House and at the
yeah, I tend to be the main catering guy that does all the caterings.
Okay,
and this
Um,
is and what you mean by that is that this is
and
a
then
catered event,
I
so you're gonna
usually
need-
have, usually the way it works is like I'm the manager doing the catering job, and then I have a manager that is actually physically running the event. And then a lead bartender that is familiar with Barney for the most part. Usually we try to use the same bartenders there all the time, if at all possible. I don't know if that answers the question.
Well, the
So we
Barney-
usually have a
Barney is-
manager.
You don't have,
Yeah.
there's no kitchen at the Barney House, so everything is catered there.
Yeah, you
Oh,
come in, if it's a wedding, you come in, you cater. If it's we just did a luncheon for the mayor. I mean, although that one didn't have a bar. They don't all have a bar.
So if it's a catered event at the Barney Carriage House, you're gonna be there because you're the
Yeah.
catering manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, I make a petition, I make a motion to approve the petition for a change of officers, directors, LLC manager, change of stock interest, change of corporate structure, and change of manager for the Log Cabin Banquet and Meeting House Incorporated, DBA Log Rolling, located at 200 Trafton Road, Peter Roskinthan to Michael Cordoff, manager of record.
Second,
Do active a second. Okay, Commissioner signature,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
yes.
and Commissioner Kate, yes. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All
Have
right.
a great night.
Good
You
night.
too. Take care
Good
now.
night.
The next item is petition for a change of officers, director, LLC managers, removing Donald Bassel as LLC manager, CFO to Robert pronounce that for me, please.
Mateo.
Oh, Mateo, okay. As LLC manager, CFO for Pride Operating. LLC DBA Pride, located 1225 Parker Street, number 623, located at 1225 Parker Street, Tammy Hayward, manager of record. Are
Good
you
evening.
here? All right,
Sir.
good evening. All right,
Good evening, Commissioners. Attorney Jim Channing for Pride Operating, Corporate Office 246 Cottage Street, Springfield. Our current CFO is retired. We're now proposing a new CFO, LLC manager, obviously requires your approval. ABCC approval, in fact, now it requires the SEC approval too, so it's quite the ordeal. But
Yeah.
we're starting the process, submitting the paperwork, and happy to answer any questions with respect to this and the same paperwork for the next agenda item for efficiency purposes as well.
Any questions?
No.
With that, I'd like to make a motion to approve the petition for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers, removing Donald Bassel as LLC manager, CFO, to Robert Giammatteo as LLC manager, CFO for Pride Operating, LLC DBA Pride, 1225 Parker Street, number 623, located at 1225 Parker Street. Tammy Hayward, manager of record. Do I hear a second?
Can we
Second.
include the next item in that motion for both of them? There's two. The next one is West Street.
It's
Okay.
just a different location, so.
This, yeah.
Unknown caller.
Okay, so the next one, the next item, petition for a change of office is the same thing, but the location is different. 77 West Street, number 629, located at 77 West Street. Alex Ruiz, manager of record. Do I hear second?
Second,
Commissioner signature,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Kate, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, take care. The next item is a petition for a new car dealer, Class 1 new car license for AJAW LLC DBA AJW, located at 890 Boston Road. Timothy James Riley,
Yes.
manager of record. Good evening.
Yeah, that's me. So we are looking to get a Class 1 license to sell our new electric vehicles. And the location is currently a car dealership, and we're basically updating it to a Class 1.
Okay. Questions?
I have a series of questions I'd like to ask after
perfect.
reviewing the application.
Sure.
As the attorney for the License Commission, Mr. Riley, I'm not a member of the commission.
Okay.
So you're applying for, I noticed that you signed a dealer's agreement. You represent, I'm gonna call it the manufacturing company. And you
Yes.
also purport to represent the
So, all right,
company
so
that's
for
gonna
the,
be selling the cars?
yes, so we are a manufacturer that directly sells to the customers. And we were told to add that dealer's agreement to ensure the application was approved, but that was just an extra we were told to add.
Okay. Do you have any previous experience selling cars?
We are a manufacturer, so I have experience in manufacturing cars, and we're also setting up locations all over the country. So we're setting up locations in North Carolina, California. So I have a lot of experience applying for these licenses, and I know more than most people about cars. I'm the engineer who built all the cars.
Okay, do you have any experience managing
Selling.
a dealer's 1 license or a dealer's 2 license?
No, this is my first car dealer's license in Massachusetts,
Okay.
but I'm applying for other
Do you
ones
have a
across the
license
country.
somewhere else? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so we're applying for car dealership license all over the country in California, North Carolina, and we're doing the same process. And this is one of many.
You're applying for it, but you haven't been granted a
Yes.
license yet. Okay,
Not yet. This is
Okay.
actually the first meeting.
sure. You know, your application says you're selling, obviously the manufacturer makes and you're selling a new electric vehicle called the Manitoba, and it's made in Manitoba, Ecuador. Is that correct?
No, it's made in North Carolina. Our manufacturing location is in North Carolina. The car is called the Manabee, which is one of our models. So we have the Calypso, the Manabee. This is the Calypso behind us. And we have a location that manufactures in the United States. So it's domestically made, American owned.
Okay, so my understanding, I've looked over your website.
Yes.
So I'm going, some of the things I'm asking are based on your application. some are based on your website. You say you're selling a hyper level powered electronic motor vehicle. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
so we sell a wide
Now,
variety. So we sell our hypercar, which is our flagship car, and then we also have consumer cars, which are like these ones here.
And this hyper level car, I read something in there that it goes from LA to New York in a small
yeah,
period of
so-
time, 4 hours.
Yes, so it is one of the first flying cars. These are just our normal cars, like normal ones. Our flagship car is actually going to be a vehicle that has both flying and driving capacity.
Okay, so this car flies also.
Yeah, but this one is just our normal cars don't do that. So that's the expensive car.
Okay, now, my understanding, from looking over things, is my understanding this car costs $3 million.
That's the flagship one. This one only costs 35,000. This is just a normal electric vehicle. Well,
Okay,
relatively
so
normal. It's a lot better than that.
the flying car costs $3 million. And
Yes, that's our flagship. That's kind of like
yeah.
our goal with
And
that
you have
vehicle
to
is to be
put-
the best
now,
car in the world.
I saw it was $75,000 down with 2% financing. Who is that? What car is that belong to?
So the 75,000 down is for our architecture department. So we offer in-house financing on our architecture that we build. So that's a separate department within Aja. So Aja is a top 1% US company in terms of size and employees. So, well, we're not actually, it's complicated actually. So we are a new company, but we're rapidly expanding.
Okay, so this new company, you put in some of your information that you submitted, and it's on your website that besides motor vehicles, now this motor vehicle, my understanding is from reading, it goes up to 250 miles an hour.
Not this one. Our Manabee does go that fast because we're basically breaking records. We're trying to go for the fastest car in the world. So it's not, don't worry, there's no cars that we'll be selling that will be going 250 in Springfield. Our cars are actually limited to 100 miles per hour unless they have special approval from us.
Now the company also makes jets. Am I correct?
Yeah, so the Manabee is the jet. So that is our flying car.
Okay, so that's a jet car.
Yes,
Okay,
but this
that
one's just a
flies.
normal car.
Yeah.
For our
And-
very wealthy customers.
Okay, and so very wealthy customers fly a car? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. And I'm not sure
Okay.
if you saw the other flying car that was just FAA approved, and we're in that process as well.
Okay. Now, I also saw on your website that you sell these, what I would say futuristic looking houses. Is that correct? Is that true?
Yes. So that is
Okay.
Aja Architecture, a separate LLC. And that is basically hopefully the future of housing. So our goal is to reduce the homelessness problem, the housing crisis, by reducing the cost of building houses. And by doing that, we're going to reduce like rental prices, mortgage prices, and hopefully in homelessness. And one of the best thing about our vehicles is we offer a low cost lease program for our affordable vehicles like this one, where with the Massachusetts EV credit and the government federal credit, we can give them basically a zero down option and about $100 a month payment. So it's really about the most affordable car we can get out there. So we have the most extreme, where it's like the very, very expensive, then we have very, very affordable.
Okay, you also own hospitals?
Yeah, so we provide online healthcare, but we are in the process of building our brick and mortar hospital.
Okay, you haven't built them yet, but it's on your website that you
Yeah,
build
so actually-
hospitals. Am I correct?
Yeah, so anybody can go online to our website and get 100% free healthcare from our doctors, and we have doctors all across the world.
Okay, and you also offer dental and medical plans. Am I correct?
We don't offer medical plans or dental plans. We offer orthodontics. So we offer a smile line. So are you familiar with like aligners to like straighten teeth?
Okay. And you sell
Yeah,
washers
so
and
I'm all
dryers?
about money.
And you sell washers and dryers and dog walkers. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so the washer and dryers, all the appliances that go into our houses, we actually make ourselves, and we sell those for our houses as well.
Now, you list yourself as the manager of record for this business. Am I correct?
Yes.
And you're also opening up, if I understood you correctly, you're opening up dealerships all across the country, various cities. Am I correct?
Yes. So some of
And-
them are franchise locations. So we have a franchise location in North Carolina that we're setting up. So that's completely separate and that's run by their own.
Okay, now you live in Bethesda, Maryland, am I correct?
Yes.
And are you gonna be the on-site manager for this location?
Yes. So once we open, I will go out there significantly, but eventually we will get a new manager once I like find someone I can trust in the area and all that. But I will also eventually hire salespeople as well. But yeah, I'll definitely, it's only like an hour away. I went to Northeastern University in Boston, so I'm very familiar with traveling between DC and there.
Okay. But you live in Bethesda and
Yes.
you're not, are you gonna live in Springfield or somewhere in the Western Massachusetts?
I'm not really sure yet. I'm probably
Okay.
going to get a house there, but we'll have to see. If I really like the area, then I'll definitely do that. If not, then I'll just
Okay.
hire another manager to replace me.
Now, I happen to go online to your website. I'm just gonna touch upon that in a second. But I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
ask some other questions first. When you talk to our paralegal in the licensing department, we
Yes.
asked for a lease because you did not provide a lease initially. And very quickly,
Yes.
you sent over a lease with H&F Properties, Inc., Sheed Chic. I believe, I checked with the tax department. He's the, I believe the owner of the property. It's H&F, but his name is listed on with the tax bill. Is where I was able to get some information about it. And the lease itself is computer generated. It is signed, computerized signature. No signature.
DocuSign.
What was that?
So we use DocuSign, I believe.
Yeah, that it was a
Yeah.
computer generated signature. Have you met with Mr. Sheik?
I've called him, I talked to him. I haven't met with him personally. I've just done it remotely. But
Okay.
yeah, it's signed by him and
And
all
it's-
that. I can give you his phone
yeah.
number if you want.
And you used I called him and I had a number to call him at. I don't know if it's the right number, and no one called me back as of yet. That I know of. You used a computerized online notary. Now we've had people, and we just had. I mean, we've had people say from New Hampshire they have to notarize signatures, whatever, out of state, but they actually have a notary seal. And the person signs it in front of the notary, and the notary certifies
the way
in
it works
writing.
is it's like a video call and they do the whole process. I just do that for convenience. If you need a official notary, I mean, it's a legal notary. It's completely legal in all 50 states. So that's
Well,
the only
I've never seen it
confusion.
before. So
I'm
maybe
just a
I'm
tech
ignorant
person,
to
so
it.
I do everything
I've never
online
seen it.
tech wise. I think it's maybe like different generations. I'm Gen Z, and like maybe like your generation's a little bit like different than my generation in terms of like way we do tech and way
So
we operate.
did you actually sign it in front of a notary?
Yes. So they basically did a video call. They did the whole process. You can go online. You can look up online notaries. It's a whole business and a whole legal
Okay.
setup.
Now, on your website of AJAW,
Yes.
AJAW, which is the parent company and the local LLC that
Yes.
you sign your dealership, there's a picture of Timothy Riley, and it's you.
Yes.
It lists you as a certified medical doctor who is certified to practice in any country, any state in the country. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. I'm the founder of Aja University, and we do really advanced research into medicine. But I'm in the process of becoming a licensed doctor in the United States, in Maryland.
Okay. So you're not licensed in every to practice in every state in the country.
Oh, so that's herbal medicine. So that's two different things. So there's two different licenses. So if we're talking about like prescriptions, like pharmaceuticals, so they're two different worlds. But yeah, so I'm in the process of getting the MD license, but the herbal medicine license is completely
So
separate.
how about did you not claim online? Just answer. You can answer the question that you're certified in every country in the world to be a medical
because herbal
doctor.
medicine isn't. Yeah, because herbal medicine isn't regulated like normal pharmaceuticals. So there's no to be an herbal doctor, there's no certified board anywhere.
No, you've
So
already
I am
explained
licensed.
that your solution to the housing crisis is by building these futuristic homes, 2% down. talked about
15%
A-Jaw
down.
Hospital. You talked about A-Jaw University, where you're gonna
Yes.
get free
It's a legally
tuition.
re-granted university in the state of Hawaii.
Yeah, and it's
And we have a campus there.
100% free.
Yes. So
Is
our
that
goal,
correct?
so basically we worked with MIT and Harvard and Yale's open courseware. They provide us the curriculum, the courses, the lectures, etc. So they did the hard work and then we were able to use that to be able to provide free education across the globe, which I really am proud of. So probably one of my biggest accomplishments is to be able to empower humanity with engineering and science.
Okay. And you say in there that you empower the world with A-Jaw's cutting edge technology. Am I correct?
Could you repeat what you said? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I read in your website that you're empowering the world
Yes.
with A-Jaw's cutting edge technology.
Yes, we are.
Okay. And your jets have zero transmission. Am I correct?
Yeah, zero emissions.
Emissions.
Yes. So
That's correct.
Yeah.
I just stated that. Thank you. Now, these jets, that's the car that flies?
yes,
Is that
that's the
correct?
Manabee.
That's the
Yes.
Manabee. Okay.
And we
That's
also
the-
have other jets we're getting ready to release in the future, but those are a little bit like top secret, like our technology. It's like before I
Oh,
don't
okay.
wanna-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our
Now-
website is a little bit outdated because we have a big release coming out this August once we're licensed. So
Okay.
we're basically trying to keep some of our newer technology from being out in the whole world before it's
All right. Now,
released.
thank you. I've gone over your website and I'm just going to tick off some other products that your website makes.
Yes.
An electronic motorcycle, a
Yes.
fruit
Or-
chia fresca, a bulletproof vest, Bluetooth.
and close.
Yeah. Bluetooth, battery charger, strike face soft plate, which I don't even know what that is. Tell me what that is.
Oh, sorry,
you
which one
could.
did you say?
Strike face soft.
Oh,
plate?
so that is bulletproof armor. So that's one of our departments. So we have a department called Aegis, which does security and everything like that. So it's basically all about making sure people don't like kill themselves with guns. So basically, I'll give you a little sob story. So back in, I guess it was maybe 2021, I witnessed a mass shooting that killed Pharrell's cousin, you know, the singer Pharrell. And I was there, I saw the whole thing. I like basically looked down the whole thing and it basically traumatized me. So since then, I've been all about getting people bulletproof clothing so that nobody will die when they get shot, or at least less people will die.
And
Yeah, so I'm
you're
all about
also
empowering
on
humanity.
your okay. You also have in your website a drone for sale. You have prices listed next to these items on
Yes.
your website. You have royal jelly, which looks like a picture of bees.
Oh yeah, so
you have-
royal jelly is a telomere lengthening molecule that has been clinically proven to lengthen the lifespan of mice. But it's just like a phytoceutical, just a typical.
lifespan of who?
So it
Mike?
extends the lifespan of mammals. So when they basically did studies where they gave it to mice and like other animals and extended their lifespan via telomere lengthening.
Okay. A liquid flosser and tonsil cleaner.
A
Is that
liquid what?
correct? Liquid flosser
Oh yeah,
and-
so to get
and
tonsil stones,
tonsil, and let me finish. And tonsil cleaner.
yes. So
Wow.
some people get really bad tonsil stones. So we actually sell a device that cleans out your tonsil stones and make sure you have good breath. It's like so you don't have bad breath. I basically sell everything that I use pretty much. So if I like need a product for myself, like I need to like clean my mouth or I need to like have a product to line my teeth or something like that, we sell it.
And a tooth and tongue brush.
Yes.
Okay,
for
a
breath.
hyper car and jet.
Yes.
you've already
in
mentioned.
Manabee.
Yeah. An ultimate cleaning bundle. Am I correct?
Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to tick off these things to try to speed it up a little bit. And you tell me if it's yes or
Yeah,
no.
we have like
Okay.
over like
A
50
mini
products.
supercomputer.
Yes.
A
I can actually
DNA.
show you one of those. One of my best
Yeah, a
products.
DNA and telomerase. I don't know how to pronounce this.
telomere.
Telomeres. Telomerase.
Yeah,
Telomere.
telomere lengthening. So telomere lengthening is
Modulation and aging device. So it's anti-aging. Am I correct?
Yes, so it's a medication that's been clinically proven to lengthen telomeres and increase NAD levels to when basically when you're young.
And you just I just remembered one other one. This anti-aging, you're also a registered DNA medical doctor certified? You
Yes, so
actually
I've
do,
created, yeah. So I'm basically, me and Dr. David Sinclair and a few other people, we created this whole new field of medicine called DNA modulation medicine, which is basically the future of medicine where we go into the DNA with small molecules and turn off the aging genes and oncogenes and activate the youth genes and anti-cancer genes. And it's really the future of medicine. I really hope to save many lives with that. We've helped a lot of people with that. Actually, today, one of my patients had a surgery. So waiting to check in. Hopefully he's doing well.
now you have a comprehensive security system you've developed, a comprehensive STD testing kit, am I correct?
Yes, because basically STD testing is very expensive and a lot of people aren't getting tested because of the cost. So we created a lower cost version of it, but that is currently sold out. And
You
that is not
also,
sold, I believe, in the United States because it's not FDA approved, but it's sold in other countries.
you also developed electronic all-terrain skateboard.
Yeah, so that's a product that we have, yes.
You have
We
an
have about 20
AJAW
different
dip.
manufacturers
Now, all
as
of
well.
these are under
Unknown
AJAW.
caller.
What was that?
Yes. So this is all sold by our brand, but we have different manufacturers. We have our own manufacturers, and then we also have 20 plus of like mainstream manufacturers in different countries.
Okay, so AJAW is the name for all these, on the name of all.
Yes,
These
so we have
products.
agreements with the manufacturers to where they basically create custom versions of products they
Okay.
basically created, and they sell it with our brand name.
And you have AJAW gift card. You have an AJAW 3D printer, a supercomputer, a paddle board, a pocket computer, a smile alignment. It shows us a set of teeth. I
Yeah, we were
assume
definitely
you're
inspired by
realigning
Amazon.
the teeth. A toothbrush brightener.
Yes.
A jaw drone. I already mentioned the drone, a university, Barbados cherry lemonade,
Yes.
bone sugar. I already mentioned we have a bulletproof hoodie with a head protector.
Yes.
Oral hygiene kit. We already mentioned the bulletproof vest and the dog walker. So I'm going to move now quickly. You submitted some other documents. One is a registration form with SAE International.
Yes.
And what is that? What is that for?
So,
Highway
all right, so
traffic
that-
safety?
Yeah, so you're familiar with the NHTSA, which regulates cars. To get a VIN number, you apply with the SAE. They gave us the VIN number, and then we're officially recognized as a manufacturer on the DOT NHTSA website.
Now you put inside you listed a foreign limited liability company. You said AJAW is a multi-genre tech conglomerate with a goal of
Yes.
stopping global warming, empowering humanity with our world-leading technology. AJAW builds and sells carbon negative architecture, cars, computers, jets, and more. And it lists Bethesda, Maryland, Timothy James Riley of North Bethesda, Maryland, as I believe it's the business address for the corporation.
Yes.
If I can just give me a second.
My goal is to sell enough products to get to a billionaire status.
Okay, so I have a picture here that we took off of your website and printed it out. The Manitoba jet and hypercar in one. It shows a car flying in the clouds over a beach. That's the car you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah, so that's our flagship car. That's not our consumer car. So these are our consumer cars behind us, but that's our flagship. Yes.
That's your flagship car. It flies in the air.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I have a picture here of this is the website. This is a picture of your
Yes.
car. Am I correct?
Yes, that's one of them. So that's
Okay.
one of our forms.
Now-
So the body,
Now,
there's 7
I'm going to
different
tell you
body
where I
types.
saw this picture again. Okay. myself and another person, we went through in a computer into artificial intelligence and said, create me
Yes.
a super car. And guess what car popped up? This one. They created this
yeah.
same car by artificial intelligence. Did you create this
Well,
car by
can you show me a
artificial
picture of the same
intelligence?
car as created? So yes, we use computers to draw and design our technology. That's like standard. What? Like, are you familiar with the tech world? This is how you design everything in technology. You use artificial intelligence in every single
Okay,
class.
your car, they said the hyperjet car that you're talking about that flies, it goes 0 to 60 in 1.5 seconds.
Yes, it's gonna be the fastest car
Says
in the
it.
world.
Wow.
You also sell a battery for this car, a special
Yeah,
battery
so-
that goes
Yes,
5,000
we were
miles.
the first creators of the XX battery, the most energy dense battery in the world, which gives us the capabilities that
This
no
is a
other car
copy. This is a copy of your, you post on your website a certificate of medicine. On your website, am I correct?
has. Yes, so that's for DNA modulation medicine and herbal medicine.
Okay.
And you can go to my LinkedIn if you want. It has all my information, my education background.
Okay.
And Agile University is a legal degree granting university, so everything is 100% legit.
Now, your 0 to 60 motor vehicle, again, that I found on, we were able to create this by saying to
Yes, so you can go on
intelligence,
AI and you can
please create
cars.
us a super, a futuristic
so-
car. The same car popped up.
You did
Now-
not create the same car. I can tell you that for a fact. It's incredibly rude to just say you can create a car in there and say it's the same exact car. We have our own designs.
No,
and we
I
have our own
said,
design team.
this is the car that the artificial intelligence created. And it's very
So
similar.
that picture that you just showed me is the car that you created, sir.
What was
Because
that?
This is being a little bit disrespectful at this point. I feel like I'm being harassed more than anybody else here. And it's just being a little bit like rude that you're like hating on our design process. This is how engineers design cars. We use
Well, sir, I'm
artificial
allowed to
intelligence.
ask,
We do
I'm
not design a
asking
car.
questions. If you would stop talking for a moment, I'm asking questions. If you disagree
Okay.
with anything I say, you have a right to say it. Okay? So I'm telling you that I created a super looking car by asking.
Yes, anybody can go on Google and type in AI and say supercar, but it's not going to be our car. See, look, that's like I think you don't quite understand like how artificial intelligence works. Anybody can go on Google and type in a car, but it's not our design. We spent weeks and weeks and weeks designing, refining our cars. So like it's kind of like a little bit rude to say that your car is the same exact
Now,
car.
there was no, in this
not.
picture you have on your website of your car.
Yes, we have
it
7
looks
different
like
models.
there's edges all around it. Was anything changed on this car before you posted it on, put it online on the website? Is this any kind of altering of the design on the car? Or am I wrong on that?
Oh, so we use like Photoshop and manipulations for advertising images to make it look better.
Yeah, so
But
you
that's
make
like-
it look better with Photoshop. Okay.
Yes, that's like standard for any car.
Top
company.
speed.
Actually, most.
Yeah, you list top speed is 250 miles per hour,
Yes.
and your air Mach is 1.1. It's powered by an XX battery with a $5,000 range, 5,000 mile range. I'm sorry. You show
Yes.
horsepower at 3,000 horsepower. You have a horse on some wheels here, just to illustrate horsepower.
Yes.
0 emission hyperjet car. Go from LA to New York. I'm sorry, it says 6 hours. I said 4, it's 6. Now, is that the flying car or the car that goes on the highway?
So that's the Manabee. So that's the flying car. So that's when it's flying. It can't drive because there's like speed limits.
You have a double wishbone suspension.
Yes.
We already said it goes 250 miles an hour. It has 3,000 plus IBF FT of torque.
These are all like, if you know about cars, these are all like the best of the best. So like, this is like the epitome of engineering.
I'm just asking you what's on your website. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm just going through the website. You show the electronic motor vehicle, the fruit chia fresca, Shows a bulletproof vest, luminescent, rechargeable Bluetooth, magnetic, wireless, battery. It just goes on, everything that I've already talked about. It's all, I've got, received this all off your website. Okay?
Yes.
So I want to go back to one thing that we talked about, and I was not being rude to you. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. When someone with me went online and asked artificial intelligence to create a car,
Yes.
it created the car, very similar car to what your car is. Am I correct? That's what would happen?
I mean,
You
can you
said
show me what it
something about-
created?
What was that?
Can you show me what it created? Because basically,
I
you
don't
could type
have
it in
the actual
into artificial
creation 'cause it
intelligence,
was
like
on,
create me a
it was
Ferrari or
online,
something, it would do
but
that.
I'll be happy to, if you go online, I'm sure you'll find it. If you ask artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so you
But
can
didn't
tell,
you say that you
Attorney Bonavita, if I might just interject, I have to step away for a minute. If I might just pose a couple of questions to Mr. Riley,
Go right ahead.
if you don't mind.
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Mr. Riley, have these cars been manufactured yet?
yes, we just started manufacturing on June 1st, and we're getting ready to release them. Hopefully, if we get all licenses and everything set up, August 1st, or maybe a little bit later than that.
Okay, so you currently don't have any cars to sell, is that correct?
Not yet. So we're in the process. We're actually haven't even released the cars yet. So they're all pre-released, and we're basically getting the license set up so we can sell our cars.
Okay, all right. So with respect to this area, how many cars do you anticipate will be manufactured at the beginning?
So our manufacturing facility can manufacture 40,000 cars a month, but they're going to be split up all across the country. So this location will probably have 10 cars on the lot, but hopefully we'll sell a lot and do a lot of good business in Massachusetts. Because Massachusetts has a special program.
Have you physically come to Springfield, Massachusetts to see this actual place that you're seeking to rent?
I have my team members go out there, but I have not personally gone out there. No.
You have not personally gone out there. Would it surprise you to know that 10 cars probably couldn't fit in the area that is leased, that will be part of this lease?
Oh, so it's 0.29 of an acres and it's permitted for 35 cars currently. So I've seen the pictures, I've seen the lot, it has over 10 cars on it currently. Maybe there's a misunderstanding about the location, but it's pretty big. It's like almost half an acre. It's 2/3 or 1/3 of an acre.
Okay, and part of that is owned by Thrifty, correct?
So we have exclusive access to that whole entire lot. So Thrifty is the old tenant, and we're kicking them out. But once we get in there, we basically kind of tell them to leave.
Okay, a couple more questions. These flying
yeah, for sure.
cars, has it received, has it been approved by aviation or,
All right, so the flying car it's completely not approved at all. So we aren't releasing the flying aspect of that car yet. So that's gonna be an add-on. They're gonna pay extra once we get FAA approval. We should be able to get FAA approval by next year. There's already another flying car FAA approved, but we just have to go through that process. But we are already NHTSA approved, and you go to their website, we're official manufacturer.
Okay, Mr. Riley, my suggestion to you would be to return to this board once your cars have been manufactured. We will not issue a license, or it wouldn't be my suggestion. The commission ultimately has the final say, and they will vote shortly.
Oh, so the cars are manufactured. So June 1st was almost 2 weeks ago. So we've already started the whole manufacturing process.
Okay, do you have cars that can come out? If they approve this tonight, do you have cars that will be on that lot tomorrow or within 30 days?
Yeah, we'll have cars on the lot within most likely 30 days.
Okay, all right.
Once the license is approved. So I think the license will be approved, hopefully, if you all approve it. If that's approved, then yeah, we can do it within 30 days easily.
Okay, my suggestion at this point, Attorney Bonavita, as well as Chairperson Mr. Cade, if in fact you guys want to move this to vote in terms of whether or not license should issue at this location to Mr. Riley, I think that's appropriate at this point.
Yeah, because if the license isn't approved now, then the landlord is gonna like probably choose like a different person. I'm gonna have to like lose my lease or have to like pay them during this time. So I prefer to get everything done now because I'm already like paying.
Can I ask a question? The
Yes, for sure.
of Attorney Bonavita and or Attorney Days. With the previous licensee who we did postponed the issuance of the Class 2 license while he waited for his special permit to be issued. Do we need a special permit for a Class 1 license on this parcel?
That's a good question. Perhaps, but I'm not
It's
sure.
zoned for, sorry.
I'm not
So it's
certain.
currently zoned as a car dealership for both new and used.
But you need a special permit in order to sell cars. Issued by the city council before we can approve your Class 1 license. You aware of that?
So there's a separate license I have to apply for on top of the license that we're
It's called a
currently.
permit, special permit.
Okay. So there's, and that's for the property itself.
It's at that location and granted to the petitioner, which would be you.
Okay.
You have
So,
that? You don't have that yet.
so basically we have whatever's in place currently.
You have what?
So it's currently a dealership, permitted to sell cars. So that's what's in place at the location.
Issued to Thrifty, not to you.
Yeah, it's issued to the landlord.
Right. So to the,
Yes.
well, it's either to the landlord if Thrifty owns the parcel or to the petitioner, which would have been Thrifty Auto Sales. But you need one issued to you.
Okay. No one told me about this. So that's strange. I called the office like 10 times. No one mentioned this. So could we
I
do
would
this?
suggest at the very most, we continue this hearing on this Class 1 license until the petitioner has investigated as to whether he needs a special permit to sell new cars at this location, or whether we can continue without it. Most locations require a special permit. This one may not for some reason, but in my years of working here for the city of Springfield, I think most locations require a special permit issued to the petitioner to sell
Okay,
cars.
could we have a vote contingent on the approval of the permit then?
No,
Is that what,
no, that's not how we do it. You come with the special permit and then we issue the license.
okay, well, are we 100% sure? Because does the lawyer know this? Was no one, I talked to everybody there and no one mentioned this before. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing about this specifically. Does any of the lawyers know about this special permit? Because someone talk about that.
It's the special permit is not necessarily to the property, it's to the petitioner, right? So it doesn't transfer if ownership transfers or a new operator comes in. However, as I shared with you, I am not sure that this is in need of special permit. My suggestion is that we research either one of two things. I think we can research the issue if that's the commission's pleasure. And or you can take a vote tonight whether or not it's Class 1 dealer's license should issue at this particular establishment.
Yeah, because we don't know, because if basically it's going to cost me $3,500 to wait another month. And also our manufacturing location costs like $10,000 a month. So we're talking $15,000 right here if this gets delayed. So I prefer to get everything done, especially if we don't even know if the permit is needed. So if it's not needed, then it gets delayed. That's $15,000 out of my pocket, right? So I would like to get everything done if possible.
Okay, so commissioners moving forward, do you have any conversations or?
Also, one last
Excuse
thing
me,
to say.
excuse me, one second. Anything that you would like to discuss, commissioners? How do you feel?
Well, it's not going to take another month. We looking to potentially postpone this to the next meeting, am I correct? If
Yeah.
we go that route? So that'll be in a couple weeks.
If this requires a special permit, it's gonna take much longer than 2 weeks.
Okay,
It's gotta go to city council.
And frankly, Attorney Days, if you don't agree, just let me know. I think it's incumbent upon the petitioner to determine and investigate whether or not he needs a special permit for a particular piece of property. He has to go to boards that, such as the planning board or the zoning. Sometimes there's a board of appeals. There's other boards you're gonna have to check with to make sure to verify the special permit issue.
Correct.
So you'd have to
so-
investigate that with the various boards, which obviously you haven't done as of yet, because you didn't know about it, so.
so Mr. Riley, do you have an attorney representing from this area to be able to help you, assist you on this matter?
Not at the moment. We're basically in the process of setting up the license so we can get ready to sell our cars. And a big thing about our cars is that we offer a program where we offer free leases to homeless people. So every single homeless person in the state of Massachusetts can get our cars and get off the street. So basically by like inhibiting us, or basically kind of like inhibiting a lot
Mr.
of.
Riley, let me not, don't tie me into your politics or whatever you're trying to do. Answer my question and we can go forward. My question to you, do you have an attorney from this area helping you achieve this situation?
No, I do not.
It's
I
a
was
yes or
not
no?
told I needed one.
Okay, thank you, sir. So my recommendation that you find an attorney to assist you for this matter can go forward, so that way you won't have this situation of needing special permits. That person can investigate these situations for you and then come upon in front of us, and we can probably settle this as quickly as possible. But other than that, you're going by things that maybe happens in other areas, but in Springfield, Massachusetts, we do it this way. So I'm trying to help you. So basically help me help you by you getting yourself an attorney to help you with this matter, and then come in front of us again, and maybe there could be
Okay.
potentially different outcome.
So I'm gonna lose the property if I don't get approved for the license. I'm gonna lose
Mr. Riley,
property, and I'm not
Mr. Riley, once again, that's not our.
Okay, I'm just saying that there's not gonna be a dealership.
Mr. Riley,
in your
once again,
city, and
you're
that's-
going
that's
into,
what- that's
you're
what we
going
want.
into, Mr. Riley, once again, you're going into something that has nothing to do with us. So at the beginning, if this was done, maybe you won't be in this situation you're currently in. But that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me or my fellow commissioners. So my recommendation or my suggestion, once again, is find an attorney in this area to help you out.
Okay, I mean, I can right now look up on ChatGPT, which is really quickly find out we need to get this done, because we can just find out right now if we need to get this permit, because
We
there's
don't
no
have
need
that
to
kind of, we
postpone
don't have
this.
that kind of, no, we got to do that. We
No.
have that kind of time. So what I would recommend basically is that we give Mr. Riley an opportunity to research and get the right information and come back. So I'd like to continue this. What would say a month would be enough time?
They have, city council has designated meeting nights for certain topics. So I don't know when a permit meeting would be coming up.
Yeah.
This is June 12th. I would say continue to August 14th.
August 14th, all right. 14th.
So,
Okay.
sorry, I missed it. There was like somebody at my door ringing and the dogs went crazy. But yeah, so are we gonna be able to vote on this or no? Is that,
No vote tonight. We're going to continue this to August 14th. So I would
which date?
August 14th, but I'd like to make a motion
Oh.
that we continue the petition.
August 14th?
Excuse me.
So there's no
Like-
way I can petition for a vote based off of saying that I assume that there's no permit needed and that there's no proof that there is a permit needed? Because
Absolutely
August
not.
14th is not gonna happen, because by then, it's just, that's too late.
Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion that we continue the petition for a new car dealer class 1 new car license for AJAW LLC DBA AJAW LLC located at 890 Boston Road, Timothy James Riley, manager of record until August 14th. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Second,
All in, 1 second. Commissioner Senator, Commissioner Senator,
yes, yes,
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
yes,
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner Kay, yes. All right, we'll see you back August 14th.
Oh, I can't, oh, there's no point. Can I just cancel the application now, or how does that work? Because there's no way that's gonna happen. There's no way I'm not gonna pay $7,000 for this dealership that's not approved as a license. So I'm just not gonna build in Springfield. So I mean, if you don't want me in Springfield, I guess that's what you want then. So I guess there won't be a solution to homelessness in your state.
We're moving forward for our next item.
well, can he
okay.
withdraw, so he wants to withdraw his application tonight, can he do that?
That would be,
Attorney Bonavita?
He could send something into the commission
Okay,
that say he wants to withdraw his application in writing.
Because like, I don't wanna like, because if you don't want me in your town, I can, like, that's fine. You can just say that.
Excuse me, Mr. Riley, once again, we're not saying that we don't want you in our town. Stop putting these words into our, we're not gonna do this. We just gotta do the proper protocol to get you approved for that. So your added stuff of saying that we don't want you in our town is not true. So if you
But there's
please.
no evidence that a
Sir,
permit is needed.
Stop. Yeah, well, like I said, we need to follow the proper steps, get an attorney to help you out, and then it can be in front of us again. But don't put words into our mouth saying that we don't want you in our town. We love to have businesses in our town. We greatly appreciate having new business in our town.
But I mean, you let
We're
the
not
other
gonna cut,
people,
we're not gonna cut corners for that new
all right,
business.
but what do you mean? We can
Thank you,
just
sir.
verify
Have a
what's at
good day,
later
Mr.
date.
Riley.
excuse me.
Right.
We're gonna move forward with the
Right.
agenda.
Yep.
Right, the next item on the agenda is the informational hearings. Purego Sports Bar LLC, DBA Purego Sports Bar located
Okay,
at
I guess,
18.
my company was selected by Beyonce's Be Good Foundation, so I guess you don't want us here. I guess I'll leave. I guess that's what you
Can
want.
you turn the mic off, please? Okay. I'd like to go back to the informational hearings. And Fuego Sports Bar LLC doing business as Fuego Sports Bar located at 885 Carew Street. Angie Guzman, manager of record, here to explain the board why she never seems to be in the bar when incidents occur. Are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you please explain to us why you are never at the bar when incidents happen?
So could I just interject? Good evening. I'm attorney Sean Allen, as you know, and I represent Fuego Sports Bar. Prior to coming tonight, I asked for an incident report so we could have a meaningful discussion. I did contact the secretary, was told I had to contact attorney Bonavita. I did do that. Because it's hard to, I did see what was on the agenda, and just respectfully to the board, they called me earlier today, and I looked at the agenda and it said repeated incidences, meaning plural. So we're really not prepared to have a meaningful discussion because I don't know, other than a May 2nd date that the secretary was able to give me, I don't know what the incidences are that you want them to speak of. I just will tell you, they relate to me that they tried to get the reports and couldn't. I don't know the veracity of that. So I had offered we could come back next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, but without knowing the dates and the incidences, that's all I wanted to add, but that's.
All right. Commissioners, any discussions? The Attorney Allen is asking for a continuance.
I mean, I would encourage her to have a meaningful discussion with the board. I also want her to look at the incidences so she doesn't tell you something that clearly is probably not accurate, not knowing what's in a report. And I did have that discussion with Attorney Bonavita today, but
He did, and he told me he was going to ask for to continue this matter.
so I mean, I could
Right.
be here next Wednesday or the following Wednesday. I don't know if the board meets every Wednesday, but whatever you want.
Okay. So would you like to continue with us to our next meeting?
Sure. Continue to June 26th.
June 26th, all right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
All right, have a good night.
Well, we'll vote on that.
Yeah, I got a
Voting
vote
on it.
first.
I'm sorry, yeah.
I'd like to continue this matter to June 26th. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Commissioner signature.
you can go with attorney if you'd like.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio
Yes.
and Commissioner Ramirez
Yes.
and Commissioner Key. Yes. Okay, we'll see you 26.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. All right. The next item is NEMC LLC DBA New England Motor Cars located at 720 Berkshire Avenue. Mohammed Risen, manager of record selling cars in the state of Denver, confirmed with the code by Friday, June 7, 2024. Is anyone here representing New England? Yeah, you're here, Mohammed. All right, can you give us an indication why you're here today? You're muted. You're muted.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got the notice. I had wholesalers, who buy me cars, send it to auctions and stuff. But looks like a couple of the cars from the wholesaler had sold out to somebody retail over there. I was not fully aware of it until it was brought to my notice, which I terminated the guy working for me. That's all there. I wasn't there in person. Nobody sold anything. We didn't have a lot. We didn't display cars or anything like that. It was just a auction to auction kind of purchase thing, which we're doing for wholesale cars. And, we did ship some cars around as well. But, I guess the guy who was working for me got a little greedy or something. And I had to take him off,
Yeah. So you're saying that didn't happen?
That didn't happen from me. It was a 1099 contractor, subcontractor employee who used to buy cars from the auction, ship it to me, and ship it to the other auctions. So in between, I guess, a couple of the cars he had sold it to somebody else, which had gone and become an issue. So I took away his access to buy cars or sell cars. Do anything on my end since that. So that's the issue which is there. There's nothing in me in person or my dealership or anything like that linked over there.
Any questions?
Mr. Chair, if I could interject.
Yes, attorney.
Sir, I'm looking at a case assignment of an investigation. An investigator was assigned in the state of Colorado for the Colorado Department of Revenue. And there was an investigation conducted into sale of motor vehicles in the state of Colorado. And we were notified of this. That's how we became aware of it. That New England Motor Car Company sold a vehicle without having a dealer's license in Colorado. Person purchased the motor vehicle. Colorado titles do not allow assignment forms when the third dealer reassignment portion is already filled out. It looks like it was a process that was not done correctly from what I'm reading. There's a certificate of title. So the Massachusetts Transportation Registry of Motor Vehicles licensed dealer reassignment of title.
It's a norm for us to issue reassignment.
It goes on. If I may just go through this because it's quite detailed, and I'm not going to read everything because it's very long. I'm not going to read everything. It has exhibits attached to it. There was a vehicle at 1234 Cedar Avenue, Denver, Colorado, at a repair shop. This is a woman who made a complaint, an individual that made a complaint. Instead of transporting the vehicle to Massachusetts to sell, the dealership sold the vehicle in Colorado. Now, evidently, and this is what I understand. Now, I could be incorrect, but this is what I understand from reading this document. That what your company did is they purchased vehicles from CarMax. The New England CarMax reassigned the title to New England on the back of the title. The vehicles were parked in a private lot until you purchased, says until he purchased 10 to 12 vehicles for the shipping company to pick up the vehicles and transport them to Massachusetts. That's what was told. And
Right.
Evidently that you're Mr. Rafi, am I correct?
That's me, correct.
Okay, what's your name? I'm trying to
Mohammed
look on.
Rizan.
What is it?
Mohammed Rizan, Mohammed Rafi.
Okay, so your last name is your last name Rafi?
Mohammed Rafi, yep.
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I said, Rafi.
Yep.
They emailed you and asked for a response. You said you were doing what you needed to do. I'm just going through this. And the New England reassigned the title to another individual. The out-of-state dealers were advertising vehicles on Facebook Marketplace. So essentially what, if you go through this, and do you have a copy of this investigation?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you're here tonight, I believe, for informational purposes. And this may be continued to the next meeting. We'll see what happens. Concerning a possible violation, but we will send you a complete copy before there's any hearing. Okay, so you
Okay.
can read it yourself and see it. You've never received a copy of the investigation?
No, I just got a notice saying hearing. I had to call in and find out what.
No,
it
I'm
was
asking
for.
from Colorado. Did they ever send you a copy of the
Oh,
investigation?
the Colorado, they sent me one. I told them that, that's what happened. It was one guy who was working under me who was supposed to ship the cars, but sold
Okay.
1 or 2 cars out of line. So he's not working for me anymore.
Oh, okay. So
And
you're saying another individual did it. You didn't do it. It wasn't you, but it was somebody in your company.
it was somebody
correct?
who was buying cars for me on behalf of me, and he used to ship it to me, ship it to other auctions, different states, wholesale the cars from auction to another dealer. In between, I guess he sold a couple of cars to somebody, whoever they were.
Okay.
So we did actually call back the paperwork, and I'm in the process of getting a title for that specific car to send it somewhere else. I don't know why they don't accept reassignments. Every state does, but I mean, that's their thing. That's what I told them. I can sell a car with a reassignment to another dealer anywhere I want. I can sell a car anywhere. I can buy a car anywhere. That's what my license lets me to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
So-
What license permits you to do that?
If somebody wants to buy me a car from Texas, I can sell the car to them from Springfield. So I can ship a car. I have shipped cars from here. So that's what my license gives me. Any car on my lot, if somebody wants it from Florida, I'll ship it to Florida for them. That's what I told that lady. I can buy a car and I can ship it to me, and I can ship it to anybody I want to. And I can sell it to any dealer I want to anywhere, auction anywhere else.
Yeah, I think the
that's what-
crux of the matter is this, Mr. Rafi, is that Colorado will not allow you to sell cars unless you have a Colorado license. You
Right.
cannot,
As I told you, these
sell
cars,
cars.
I know these cars were supposed to come back to me or go to a different auction. So the guy who was buying the cars and shipping to me sold a couple cars on the side. I didn't know about it until they brought the matter to me. So that's where the whole issue happened. Was I told them, it won't happen again. And if the customer wants something, we'll make her right, buy the car back or whatever. That's what I told them, that it's, not on my behalf. So that's why I stopped the individual from buying or selling anything on my behalf. It doesn't have any access or anything under me anymore. That's what I told them too. And, that's what I told, I admonished him. There's nothing else I could do. He was under just a 1099 employee. He's get a 1099 end of the year. He gets a couple $100 for buying me a car. That's what he gets.
All right.
Well, you received a warning letter from Colorado. Did you ever receive that?
Yeah, I received it, but I at that point I had stopped doing any business buying and selling over there overall. I mean, it's period, done
Here-
and dusted.
And if I could just ask, I just want to clarify for the record, did your dealer's plates, were they suspended last year?
It was, yes.
Revoked, taken back, suspended?
Yeah, it was taken back, yes.
Yes. And that was for a violation, not keeping proper logbooks. Am I correct?
Logbooks were okay, it was all corrected, but it was more of my brother was working for me. He was driving it after hours, so they didn't.
So
they didn't want to.
misuse
what
of the
they stated
dealer
it is.
place.
Yeah, but I never went out of state anywhere else though.
Okay, I would refer you to Mass General Laws, Chapter 140, Section 68. Whoever not being licensed carries on a business which license is required by Section 57 is concerned therein by being licensed, carries on such business or is concerned therein in any other place or manner than designated in his license, or after notice to him that his license has been revoked or suspended, shall be punished by a fine. It also calls for a fine, and even more serious than that. So what you violated was the law concerning by selling cars in any other place or manner that's designated on your license.
Right. So that's why I told you when I got the warning from them, I stopped even just buying cars wholesale for me. I don't even buy cars from there. I don't even sell cars over there.
Okay,
I didn't continue doing it regarding of that.
Yeah. To shorten it up, basically what I understand is you're admitting that you did it, your company did it, it was a different employee, and you're saying you stopped doing it. Is that what you're telling us?
Well, we were not selling it to customers over there. It was wholesale deals. What happened was he sold a couple of vehicles to customers over there, not in like a big fashion. I don't know how many he sold exactly, but what they told me was 2 or 3 cars which they got. They had an issue. So that's when I stopped even hiring him for buying me cars or storing cars for me and shipping the cars out to me or to any other auction for that matter. So at the point when I got notified from Colorado, I just stopped even any transactions. It was not worth it for me to go through any hassles, violating my license or even putting my license on the line for just, getting cars for somebody, So that's when I stopped it.
But I just want to make sure you're aware that you're prohibited from carrying on business in any other place or manner that's designated in your license.
Right.
So the Springfield license, that covers what you can and can't do.
Right. So the cars were purchased to either bring it to Springfield or sell it from wholesale auction to auction. It was not bought for sale in Colorado. That's my point.
Okay.
It was just this couple of exceptions which happened by a rogue contractor, and I terminated him at that point right away.
Well, it's up to the commission what they want to do. I'm just
If I may,
Yes.
Attorney Bonavita, my suggestion would be that, well, he said that he received the investigatory paperwork from Colorado, but I would move this to a pre-hearing conference. That's what I would do. Where it can be further explored.
Okay.
And Mr. Muhammad, just for the Mr. Rafi?
You can call me Mohammed. That's fine. I have 2 Mohammeds in the name.
Sorry. Muhammad, you are, what I've heard twice is that, other people they were working for me or they had a 1099. You are responsible for that license and anything that transpires with the license, right? So, you can't really justify it by saying, oh, an employee or a person, a 1099, he did it and he, because the license belongs to you and you solely should be the person who is responsible for that. So that would be my suggestion is let's continue it and move on to our next matter.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we continue this matter for a pre-hearing conference, and that date is going to be June 26th. Do I hear second?
Second.
Right. Commissioner signature?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner Kate, yes. So we'll see you back on the 26th right here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we have one.
If I may, am I on mute? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm receiving requests from Mr. Riley to be readmitted from the waiting room.
Oh, God.
No, my time is limited right now as it
No.
is.
I think we've listened to
Absolutely
him
not.
long enough.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I will not admit him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Continue 6.
The administrative report review, and of course we have mojitos and bar and restaurant. Have you read the incident report?
Yes.
What's your
Barry?
pleasure?
Barry, you with us?
Yes.
Who? Yeah, Barry can give you some information.
What do you got on this?
Basically, officers were in the area. They saw a male being pushed out of the door by security of Mojitos. As they approached the door to assist, they stated that there was a large fight inside, or I guess what they later described as what had been a large fight. They said they saw one guy bleeding, the other guy had been pushed out. Shortly thereafter, the crowd is exiting. There's shots fired in the lots across the street. A car takes off at a high rate of speed. They chase the car. The car crashes. The guy runs. They catch the guy. He throws a gun. The violation we requested was for overcapacity. The officers that responded there all stated that there were well over 100 patrons there. The license for Mojitos has a capacity listed of 67. In speaking to the management as well as the manager of record, they believe the capacity to be 99, the way they explained it. This is according to them, they were told that it's 67 seated at tables and they can have people standing. I've never heard of that. The license does say 67. The location is somewhat small. It's the old typical Sicilian restaurant. So the other issue was that the manager didn't call. When I spoke to the manager and his wife, they were there. They were cooperative with the police. When I spoke to him later, the wife was kind of under the impression, I was going to call the police, but the police were already here. Like they literally walked up while this issue was being resolved. They stated there wasn't a large fight. They said one guy sucker punched another guy. The aggressor was escorted out and the other male was kept inside. Presumably that's the male the officer saw bleeding. And as far as the situation outside, like they mentioned, they really have at that point no control. Their patrons had left their premise, went to their cars, they were leaving. There was actually after the shots fired, I think there was an accident as cars exited. But it just appears that evening that they were in excess of their allowed capacity, just based on the number of cars in the area and the number of patrons the officer saw leaving there.
All right, thank you very much. That sounds like an information hearing.
Pre-hearing.
Okay, can I
I
get a
would say
second?
pre-hearing. What does everybody else?
Okay, pre-hearing conference. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I make a motion for a pre-hearing conference. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Signature,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner Kate, yes. Any other input tonight?
Can I have a question about mojitos?
After all of the creations we've heard.
Does Mojitos have a late night entertainment license? Do we know?
Yeah.
I believe they do. I inquired at the beginning and I inquired about a security plan. I was told they do have late night. I believe the only thing they don't have, I received an email about it, is a Sunday night entertainment, which I believe they don't have because they only open, it's my understanding that they only open on Wednesday. So every incident we've had has always been a Wednesday night, Thursday morning. There's never been anything there on a weekend that I'm aware of. Nothing's come across my desk. Even Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's typically Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
So what triggers the requirement for a security plan? I thought it was a late night entertainment license, no?
So I may be wrong, and I don't know if Attorney Days is listening. My understanding is, in the past, they had to file paperwork with the IRS for food sales, and if it was over a certain percent of food sales, they didn't have to submit a security plan. Now they don't have to file that paperwork anymore due to changes. So I guess it's kind of up in the air at this point. What would necessitate that submitting a security plan? Other than, I know, like, sometimes if there's been an incident, you guys ask them to, and they willingly do. But I mean, I don't know if Attorney Days can speak more to that. That's my understanding.
Yeah. So that's close, Barry. You summarized it pretty well. So it used to be where the Department of Revenue would separate out alcohol sales versus food sales. So anyone who had over 40% in sales of food did not require a late night permit, right? Because they were considered a restaurant. So they were exempt from the late night entertainment requirement. DOR has since changed, and now they combine everything together, so there's no way to determine who has 40% and who doesn't. So it routinely, to Peter's point, that when they had a late night permit, when we started this back in, I think, 2013, that they were required to have a security plan, and it was requested that, but we couldn't require it, that they get additional police officers, right? As it stands now, it's not consistent in terms of the late night permits and trying to determine who needs one and who doesn't need one. So we're trying to shore that up.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. I have a question. I got a call today. Is the Big Boys Club closed, was shut down? Do we have any information on that?
My understanding was that it was closed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Barry.
I was going to say, I know it's at least temporarily closed. I think even when we had the manager of record here not too long ago, they're redoing the interior of that, is my understanding.
Okay. All right. So we can, all right. Attorney Days, you were going to say something.
Yeah, that was going to be the same. I was going to say the same thing. It's my understanding that it was being renovated.
All right. Do they have to take the liquor off the bars or the shelves or anything like that before it's closed?
Well, they're not separately licensed, right? The Big Boys Club is part of the banquet.
It's part of Panache.
Right.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Thank you very much. Any other comments? If not, make a motion to adjourn the
Can I
hearing.
just add, I did find the second class 3 request and class 2 request.
See,
Mr. Palomov's it was unfortunately in the middle of another set of documents, but I did find it. So he did submit the proper documents. The only thing was the lease. I'll clarify that. Edna may have it in the office, so I'll clarify that tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we end this hearing at 7:17 PM. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Commissioner signature,
yes,
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio.
she has left the meeting.
Oh, she left. Okay.
You had to leave.
Commissioner Ramirez
Yes.
and Commissioner K, yes. All right. See you on
Thank
the
you so
22nd.
much for standing in, Andrew.
No
Appreciate it.
problem.